Big TIG welder guy.
Big TIG weld guy. The best part about this cage kit is it just falls in. It's insane. We'll never bend the cage again.
An easy example with one of their
That's
plates.
the best thing.
Watch this. You see this notch right here on the factory chassis. There's a couple of holes you need to avoid. It goes right on the notch. It literally only fits in one spot.
When he first built it for us, it was like, it sat like that, like just from the first scan. And we're like, dude, just extend it like another ½ inch. And then just like, well, it just locks in, covers that hole up, perfect weld.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
I know, Rob. He's awesome because like not just like making the parts, but like takes like, you know, notes and, you know, revisions and applies them, and then it's just even better. Yeah, we've been working with Rob since like 12, I want to say. But yeah, like he's been doing the cage kit stuff for what, like 6 years now? God, I can't even keep track, but I mean, yeah, like the whole truck cage came from Rob. The entire Ultimaniac did, and like every cage, like that cage, GLTZ. Yeah, this one obviously. So yeah, he does such a killer job, and it's so rad when he can punch his stuff out for us and saves us so much time. How long did you say you put in on your last cage?
Dude, it was like 2.5 weeks.
This one's gonna be 2.5 hours.
Exactly.
Chris, I also want to say you are really good at getting here as soon as I fire up the camera.
Dude, it's the
I can feel it. I feel the beacon. I'm like,
don't let him fool you. He's waiting down the street.
Yeah.
Looking at his phone, watching the camera. He's like, all right.
yeah, I heard Ray get out of his chair. Better get over there. No, I was just on with Brandon. We're just chatting about some plans with NOS that we're gonna be doing, and then was on with Rob talking about the few other pieces that we need. So I need to talk with you guys about exactly what we need. So we're just one hit, and he'll get it all done for us.
Big cage guy.
If you hold this one, I can show you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Jackson.
Jesus, you let this guy do the toggle part one time and he's already barking orders.
Look here. You can tell there is a gap. But it's not because we have a roll cage from Cage Kit. Big shout out to Cage Kit. Brother David, Rob, Jackson.
So we finished most of the removal actually. We started doing all the chassis prep. Got all the plates welded in and tacked in. You can already see, this is literally on the floor. You can see how well these kits go together. It already looks like a roll cage.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Pierre went ahead and welded the main hoop and put the diagonals and the harness bars in there just because it's easiest to do out of the car. It's one of those things that you can do on a flat bench and it's really nice. So yeah, we're about to start putting some tubes in this.
And we gonna dig it, brother.
Yeah, we got a big TIG welder over here nowadays. No, Pierre's really good on the torch. Him and Devin did the welding on the race truck, so he does he like really prefers doing TIG, and his TIG skills are real good. Freaking media guys.
Media guy's ready now.
Ready? You ready?
Hang on.
Hang on.
Ready now.
Wait. Where's mine? I don't have any of my PPF on. PPF on you.
Better get safe. Safety first. Got metal bars flying around here. Yeah, they're gonna be working on the cage. I'm just gonna keep cleaning up on the front end here.
Oh yeah,
Finishing up Jackson's work.
Yeah, I was like,
They got too excited about the cage, and me and Jackson are sitting here about the rock, paper, scissors on who gets to help Pierre put the
Really, we
cage
said
in.
that, but we didn't even.
I know, but we didn't. I just committed to it because I'm a bigger man.
wow.
You know
You're
what?
just like, really want to work on the cage with
got
Pierre.
it.
It's like, all right, I'll get Dusty.
Yeah, both of us were like, we kind of want to work on the cage. He's like, yeah, me too.
F it, I'll do it. No, I like cutting metal and getting dirty, so I don't get to do it too often. This part of a car build doesn't happen often, so I enjoy it.
Dude, all right. First of all, I'm just editing.
I got you covered.
I wasn't in front
covered.
though. But got me though. Thank you. Good stuff. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's like when I see Larry and he's got his big lens and he's like got his hand on it. I'm like, is that like? Just sees like 4 like lumps in the frame. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. We did have to throw a notch in the one door bar. It was running a little long, but yeah, these A-pillars and especially this one's hilarious because I was like trying to get it in there. And I was like, just keep hammering it. It's gonna pop. And eventually, it's just like, and like you can see, like look up here. It like comes up over this little seam. Yeah, get up in there.
It like literally pushes.
It had to like come like over this little bump and just like boop and popped into place.
Dude, that's so sick.
I know, and then the notch lines up. It's like a perfect fit because we got our boy Pierre here TIG welding it, so it has to be a perfect fit. What if it connected? Just arcs the whole cannon out. Like, oh, cool. Loving the fitment of the cage. The cool part about it, it comes right up. It touches the body in so many different places. It sounded very sexual.
Sexual. All right, Chris.
Yeah. But seriously.
There goes the OF. It's on the way.
Yeah, watch out. Here, let me show you for a sec. Watch. So like so we have like contact here, contact. So you just get so much more rigidity throughout the chassis. You don't have to have dimple plates or anything like that. It just ties this whole thing together, gets all that twist out of it. And we actually went with a diagonal bar on this one. We don't have a diagonal bar in any of the other cars, so this is going to be a lot more rigidity as well. This is going to triangulate the whole back end, take some of the twist out of it.
Does that make it harder to work on? Like if something happens?
Like in our car, our nitrous bottle sits right here, but if we ever add nitrous, we could still just lean the bottle back and fit it right here. Like it would be fine. So yeah, we just decided to put it in this car because I don't know why we haven't before. It definitely adds a lot of strength to it. And then up here, Jackson and I were just going through and getting all the little tabs off of the frame rails. Got all these tabs off, all the fender tabs off. I cleaned all these up, the strut towers, and then I cut this off, pieced it together, welded it, sanded it back down to one piece. So it's nice and strong, but it's gives you a little more room to work on it, right? So you don't have these like all this extra metal in this place. It's like a secondary firewall that we take out of the car. It spot welds all here, ties back together and puts that big secondary piece of metal right here that we remove so we have better access. It's not really structural, it's medium structural you could say, because it does tie from here through the firewall, but it is like just this flimsy piece of single stamped sheet metal. It's got a bunch of holes and notches in it. It's basically more like a heat shield for the battery and like the brake booster and things like that. So we don't need it. We've always taken it out. We do keep this piece in though. This is definitely structural. It's technically can come out because it is not a part of the firewall. That's the firewall. We leave that in place. We've taken this out on my old chassis with the V8 because it's such a big motor. Pushes right up against here. On our FD car though, we have that motor pushed back pretty far, and the heads, obviously they're offset. Actually, it's this way, sorry. And so the driver's side head sits a little further back, so we actually have a little notch in ours, and then we cupped it and plated it. But this one is not necessary. T-minus what, 8.5 weeks, 9 weeks? I don't know. We got 2 FD rounds, but yeah, who's counting?
Yeah, he's like, you can't really count the weeks because it's like there's so much stuff going on. Yeah.
There's 9 weeks, but 3 of them are eaten up. So
you got like 3 weeks, Chris.
We got like 3 weeks, but we built that car in 5.5. That was the first go around. So I would say that we actually have a real good shot at getting it done, especially with what we've learned on that car, what we're not doing on this car, as in like no dry sump, no what else. What else can we not do on this car? Just dry sump, right? We'll leave the passenger seat out too.
We don't have to do dry sump stuff. We don't have to do nitrous stuff. We don't have to do wiring because Biddy's is the man.
Oh yeah. Biddy's is going to be copying the harness on this car into this one for the chassis side.
We already have a built subframe over there on the floor. Yeah. You have to put a diff in it and axles.
Yep. I mean, that's the easy stuff. We're not really building that.
So essentially, is this like your most simple seat time car then at this point? I think it is, isn't it?
If by simple seat time car, you mean building a full carbon 700 horsepower. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny because that is probably Chris's simplest car. Chris, you have a lot of complicated builds.
I know. I mean, it's like, it's no more complicated than that car. It's just that one I built years ago, and it took me a while because it was the first time. Actually, it will be more simple because that car has a steering column and pedal box in it,
Yeah.
which we're not allowed to do in this one. So yes, it will be the most simple.
Technically.
Yeah, technically.
Who would've thought?
Yeah.
This does not look simple,
Actually,
Chris.
I think it's just so simple because of everything you've found out and like working with guys in the past, like this car, all the stuff that Rob, you and Rob with his landing and figured out that makes it easy. That's like, hey, fire out another one, and it just goes right in.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. We had to do like design work on this one with like the rear crash structure, the radiator setup, so we like know how it all goes in now. It's been in and out of this car multiple times. Also, things like the body kit, like TJ and the Street Hunters guys, they like built that body kit, and Save On as well. The hood, doors, and hatch arrived like 3 days before the car was to be on track. And so we couldn't put the whole body on because it all starts with the hood, doors, and hatch. You can't hang the front end on without the hood. You can't hang the back without the hatch. Like we were welding the crash structure onto this thing an hour and a half before we left for its debut. Like literally like the afternoon that this car was supposed to be like displayed,
1 p.m.
released
on
at
Wednesday
the
of
Pike.
Long Beach week.
On Wednesday night, Like there was no taillights, no bumper, nothing at like 1 p.m.
And you guys like dynoed a couple of hours before?
There was no dyno.
Oh yeah,
dynoed
what
at
was
the
it?
track.
Also, was the building? I remember
Dynoed at
watching
the
that.
track, right?
Yeah, you can cue the clip of Jared saying he dynoed it on the track. As you can tell, there's a few more tubes in the car now. So Pierre's finishing up he's starting on the driver's side door bar, finishing up both door bars. So literally all we have left is final welding on the door bars and intrusion bars, and this thing is done. This thing's got a full cage, and we've pretty much been on it for 24 hours, well, not 24 hours straight, but we started 24 hours ago. We worked basically all day yesterday on it, and there'll probably be another 3 or 4 hours today, and we'll have a full cage on this car.
So, like I was saying, we're measuring out for this transmission tunnel. So I popped this thing out, actually super fast thanks to our shear. And so I took on the transmission tunnel plate, and Jackson took on the diff cover plate. So I think we're gonna see who makes a better plate. I've never used the bead roller before, so what I'm doing right now is I drew out the overall dimension of it, and like here's where the brakes are gonna be. Here's where our 45 is, here's the front piece. And so then I'm drawing an internal rectangle. I split it in half because that's just too big of a bead roll. Cutting! Oh.
I'm like, let me use a less rusty piece, and I flipped it over.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I know, I picked the rusty piece.
Oh,
This will
my
all
God.
scuff off. So now I'm just drawing in the bead rolls, but I've never done a bead roller before. So this is, Jackson said he has done one before, so he's got that edge on me. We're gonna see who makes a better piece here. Are we doing like start to finish? Like, are you gonna weld yours in too?
I mean, I was gonna.
Let's do it, baby. So after 2 mediumly successful test runs, I'm ready to go for this guy. For a first time. I'm into it. I should have done this before I bent it. Yeah.
Also, now you're just drawing like where you're gonna cut. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you
Yeah,
meant.
so it's gonna, just want to get like an initial cut, and I can start shaping it into this, and then probably get like a little piece of cardboard and lay it on there and get like a better idea of it. Sometimes it's nice to like do the cardboard template and transfer it. Sometimes it's nice to just shape away at it until it just pockets in there perfectly. So the cardboard doesn't always lay the same. So yeah, I just want to kind of get it close, and we'll just shave, sit until it's sitting nice and flush. You get from underneath.
It's looking like I should have spent an extra hour and a half on it and finished it later.
Yeah, let me open that because it's dragging on the width now.
Okay, based off
See?
attitude alone, I think you might be winning and Jackson wants to fucking hurl something out of this shop.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked on mine. Yeah, there she is. That'll do. Pierre!
Yep.
Wait, no, I'm welding it.
Backwards hat, you know it's
That's
on.
Turn the switch on.
Oh. Now it gets real.
So I could flip a switch. I said, as soon as there's like a fire suppression line right here and a little thing right here to spray my boy's knees down, you won't even see that like little off radius right there.
And once we mount
There's 8 radiuses. There's also 8 different radiuses on there. They're all, you know, like 20%. We're not within 1/16 of an inch gains here. We're like,
from right here, they look perfect.
that's what I'm saying, dude. So we're gonna go heavy on the steel it. Just let those little pools build up,
Dude,
smooth them out.
Yeah. A dashboard, 7 to 10 layers of steel it.
I was fully committed to running this first one. I wasn't gonna make a new one. I was like, whatever we get, but I'm into it, dude. Dash will actually come to like here. You won't even see that thing. There's gonna be a PDM mounted on it and wires and everything. Yeah. So roll cage is in. Pierre did an amazing job, of course. I knew he would. Right, Pierre? Yeah. There it is. No, he got it all welded in, and yeah, the cage kit is perfect fit, ultra tight, like we knew it would be. He got the welds, you know, over here in the A-pillar to the roof, and just getting everything tied up to the chassis. Full TIG welded, looks fantastic. The last piece to go in are the intrusion bars, which is right down here. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, we've gone from, what was it? We were at Hot Pit last Saturday. It's now, what, Friday? Thursday, Friday? What day is it? So yeah, we have almost a fully prepped chassis within a week, so not too shabby.
Here's
Come here with the camera.
Yeah, come here with the camera. Show them.
So the cage is like almost done, and look at the gap we have here. Move!
Look at that fit, dude. God, that's good. That's good, dude. There's gonna be a lot more bolt-in components on this car, which is great. It's very similar to our demo car, so it's gonna have, you know, more of a factory drivetrain. We're not doing the VR, we're not pushing the motor back. We're not doing the dry sump. So, and we're not doing aftermarket engine harness and things like that. So we're gonna save a lot of time there. We're just trying to make sure that the chassis is done proper. You know, you never know where these cars will end up in the future, but for right now, we're building it to pro spec rules. So, can always be scaled up or down from